We found some that are so weird they shouldn't work, but they absolutely do. We're talking a modular desk hub you rearrange like Lego, a case that turns your old Apple Watch into a handheld console, and a kitchen sink that recognizes your groceries and suggests what to cook. Thanks to Saily for sponsoring this video. TobenONE is a modular hub you can reconfigure like Lego for your desk. The base has 4 circular slots, and you just snap in magnetic modules depending on what you need that week. USB-C stacks, mixed USB-A/USB-C, a wireless charging pad, even a physical volume knob module where you twist to adjust volume and tap to mute. The best detail is you can slide the modules around even with cables plugged in, so the ports can move closer to whatever you're charging. They also show real data transfer with a USB drive, not just charging only, and the hub can sit on a desk or pop onto a wall mount. The only downside is you can easily overbuy modules you don't actually use. From $49 on Kickstarter. This is such a weird idea, and that's why it's perfect for Kickstarter. RePod Ultra is a case that turns your smartwatch into a little handheld gadget. You pop the watch out of its strap, snap it into the case, and suddenly it's something you can hold like a tiny device with a physical control pad on the case for navigating apps, changing settings, and even playing simple games. It also connects to a phone to move information over, and the case itself can be plugged in to charge the watch while it's docked. From $79 on Kickstarter. If you live on a tiny Mac Mini, a Steam Deck, or a laptop with exactly 2 ports, this is the kind of weird gadget that makes sense instantly. KeyGo Gen2 is basically a folding laptop-like setup where the screen is the star. You're looking at a crisp 4K display running at 60 Hz. And it's a true multi-touch panel. Pinch to zoom, drag layers around in Photoshop, select text, scroll web pages, the whole thing. Add the RGB keyboard and it becomes this portable mini workstation you can throw in a bag and plug in over USB-C as a second interactive screen. They even show it working with different devices as a plug-and-play external monitor, which is huge if you're always juggling screens on the go. Worth noting, 60 Hz refresh rate, so don't expect gaming monitor smoothness, from $280 on Kickstarter. This is the gadget you hope you never need, and the one you'll be insanely grateful to have when everything goes sideways. Garmin's inReach Mini 3 is a compact satellite communicator that lets you send two-way messages even when there's zero cell service, and Garmin makes the point brutally clear. It's built for real backcountry situations, not "I lost my Wi-Fi in my apartment." There's a dedicated SOS button, and once you trigger it, you can message back and forth with Garmin's emergency response team while sharing your location. There's also live track-style location sharing, on-device navigation with tracks and trackback, and a topo-style map view on the screen. The durability montage is aggressive: water, mud, snow, rocks, and it keeps working. Battery life is claimed up to 350 hours with 10-minute tracking, which is what you want for multi-day trips. The only caveat, satellite messaging means you're also signing up for a service plan, so the device price isn't the whole story. The Mini 3 starts at $449. Now, the Garmin keeps you connected when there's no cell tower for miles, but for your regular international trips, the real problem isn't finding signal, it's what your carrier charges you to use it. The fees are usually astronomical, and honestly, standing in line at an airport kiosk to buy a plastic SIM card is a terrible way to start a vacation. That's ancient history thanks to Saily, today's sponsor of this video. Saily is an eSIM app that lets you get mobile data in over 200 places around the world. No hunting for local SIM cards, no roaming fees, just pick a plan and you're online. The setup's brilliant because of their download once feature. Unlike other services where you have to install a new digital profile for every single trip, with Saily, you install it once, then you just top it up with a new plan whenever you travel, whether you're going to Japan, Europe, or Caribbean destinations. Plus, they have regional and global plans, so if you're backpacking across 3 different countries, you stay connected on the same plan without swapping anything. Plus, it actually filters out malicious sites, making your connection safer than random open Wi-Fi networks. This doesn't just keep your data private, it actually saves you mobile data because your phone isn't wasting bandwidth downloading junk ads. It works with iPhone and Android, and it's significantly cheaper than your carrier's roaming fees. Click the link in the description below or go to saily.com/UFACT and use code UFACT to get an exclusive 15% discount on your data plans. This one feels like something you'd see at CES and assume it's fake until you see the UI actually working. The OULIN AI Sink has a built-in screen and camera that recognizes ingredients you drop into the basin, then suggests recipes based on what it sees. From there, it can walk you through cooking steps, build a shopping list in one tap, and even do, don't forget, voice reminders like a tiny kitchen assistant. Sure, the marketing leans into a lifestyle fantasy, hologram-style recipe cards floating in the air, but it also shows very real stuff. Voice wake-up commands, music playback on the screen, and a cleaning mode where water jets surge through the sink to wash ingredients more aggressively. There's even remote control from a phone, like turning the faucet off when you forgot. The big question is the practical one. How much of this is a polished product versus a concept demo? And what happens when you actually have to install it in a normal kitchen? No price announced yet. This looks like a sci-fi desk ornament until you realize it's basically a tiny edge AI appliance. The M5Stack AI Pyramid-Pro is a pyramid-shaped mini box with an RGB light bar, an OLED status screen, and a ridiculous amount of I/O. Dual Ethernet, multiple USB ports, HDMI, and even video input on the Pro version. It's not just about specs, check out the actual use cases. Real-time object detection on video, smart security dashboards, an AI photo library where you search your own images by typing horse or zebra, and even a home assistant smart home panel running locally. That's the appeal. It's meant to run AI tasks on device, so you're not shipping everything to the cloud. Fair warning, this is a maker's tool, not a regular PC. You need to know what you want to run on it. $249. Tabletop gamers will swear they need a whole dice bag right up until you hand them this. Nexus Cube is a pocket-sized, foldable block that packs multiple dice types into tiny spinning dials. So instead of rolling plastic all over the table, you flip it open, spin the face you need, and you're back in the game. You can see the modules reconfigure into different shapes, and the dials even light up on the dark version, which looks sick in a late-night session. It's also secretly a great do-something-with-your-hands fidget while you're waiting for your turn. The whole concept is basically less clutter, less noise, more vibes. The only real concern is the same as with most clever Kickstarter gear. You're buying into a promise, not a product already sitting in a warehouse, so timelines can slide. The pledges start around $45. If Nexus Cube is the quiet fidget for your desk, SPIROK BENNU is the "what on earth is that?" conversation starter. It's a shiny chrome spider-looking speaker with a little ferrofluid orb in the middle, and the liquid metal literally dances to the music. Bass hits turn it into spikes, vocals smooth it out, and if you tilt the whole thing, the fluid shifts and reshapes like it's alive. There are touch controls on top, so you can tap to cycle through different backlight colors or turn the display on and off, and Bluetooth pairing shown on a phone like any normal speaker. This feels like it's selling the visual art piece as much as the sound, and the audio quality is honestly unproven. So I treat it as a desk sculpture that happens to play music. It's a Kickstarter project with pledges starting around $100. This is for people who love the idea of an iPad but hate what an iPad does to their eyes at 11 p.m. The BOOX Note Air 5C is a super thin color e-paper tablet, so it reads like an e-reader, but it also works as a real productivity device. Split-screen multitasking, pinch to zoom on documents, and even a magnetic keyboard cover that turns it into a light work mini laptop. The pen looks legit too. It snaps on magnetically and you're writing and sketching with that paperish texture. Plus, BOOX shows off tools like clean line straightening and mind map templates. The biggest upgrade they push is the smoother refresh mode. Scrolling web pages and flipping through comics looks way less ghostly than older e-ink tablets. You also get physical buttons, speakers, USB-C, and a micro SD slot for expansion, which feels like a throwback in the best way. The only caveat, color e-paper still isn't OLED bright, so don't expect tablet-level color pop. Starts at $499. This is the "I know I had a good idea in that meeting, but where did it go" gadget. ANYPIN Note Pod P1 is a tiny wearable recorder you can clip to your shirt or wear like a necklace, and it basically delivers everything you'd want from AI notes. It records, syncs over Wi-Fi, transcribes with speaker labels, then spits out an instant summary, plus a clean list of action items you can literally pin for follow-ups. There's even a one-touch pen button for marking important moments while you're talking, and the phone UI shows reminders and a chat-style assistant for digging back into the conversation later. They also highlight a 4-mic noise reduction system for busy environments, 64 gigabytes of storage, multi-language support, and a charging case. Concern is privacy and trust. You're putting a microphone on your body and letting AI process it, so this only works if the software and policies are rock solid. From $149 on Kickstarter. If you've ever tried to bring the TV outside and realized your TV does not, in fact, have legs, this is the fix. The JMGO PicoFlix is a tiny cylindrical projector that runs Google TV and throws a crisp 1080p HDR picture. But the real party trick is the body. You can rotate it up to 127 degrees and the image instantly autocorrects into a clean rectangle without you hunting for keystone settings. It's the difference between movie night and 15 minutes of menu surfing. It also does a smart eye protection dim when someone walks through the beam. It can flip into Bluetooth speaker mode when you don't need a picture. And you can plug in a console over HDMI for wall-sized gaming that actually feels playable. One real-world gotcha: people complain the very first boot needs wall power. You can't start it battery only on day one. After that first charge, it's built to travel. $349 on Amazon. This is for people whose nightstand looks like a charging cable exhibit. DeskHub is a combo desk organizer and wireless charging station, and the whole pitch is simple wins. Drop your phone on the top pad and it starts charging. Pull out the side trays and you've got dedicated spots for an Apple Watch and AirPods, and then flip open the top compartment to hide the random clutter you don't want on camera during a call. There's also a little digital clock display and a soft LED strip at the base that works like a bedside lamp, so it's trying to replace 3 gadgets with one cleaner block. I like this kind of product because it's not pretending to be futuristic, it's just removing friction from the daily routine. No reviews yet, so build quality and charging speed are still question marks. After all the desk tech, here's one for your actual body. Chirp Halo is a wireless muscle stim system, 2 little round pucks you stick on, and a dedicated remote you control them with. Here's how it works. The pucks pair up, the LED rings light to show status, and the remote lets you pick modes, set a timer, and adjust intensity for each puck independently. No cables dangling everywhere, and you don't need your phone just to turn it up or down. There's also an app that's basically a placement guide with body diagrams, because let's be honest, half the battle with stim pads is putting them in the right spot. Different pad shapes snap on magnetically, and everything stores and charges in a zippered case. One thing to budget for: replacement pads cost about $14 each and only last around 20 uses. $179 on Chirp's site. Home gyms usually fail for one reason: you stop using them. The AEKE 1 is trying to fix that by basically turning your wall into a coach. It's a smart mirror with a big touchscreen, a fold-out platform, and a cable resistance system where the weight is digital. You can see multiple resistant modes, quick adjustments, and the system tracking your reps and form on screen. The AI coach does real-time corrections, runs an assessment, then builds a personalized plan, and there's a huge library of guided workouts: strength, yoga, Pilates, cardio, plus free training if you just want to lift in peace. It also features easy folding with one-touch built-in rollers so you can move it, multiple profiles for family use, and even entertainment stuff like games and VS mode. Biggest gripe from owners: the grip buttons are too easy to hit mid-set, accidentally changing your weight. Starts at around $3,800. Smart glasses are finally crossing over from tech demo into, okay, I'd actually wear that. NeoView leans into a transparent cyberpunk look, but what stands out is what they actually do. There's a built-in camera for photos and video, touch controls on the frame for music and calls, and a voice assistant you can talk to hands-free for stuff like searching nearby places or identifying objects. The most interesting part is navigation. There are AR arrows right in your view with audio instructions like a futuristic walking GPS. There's also live translation with original and translated text on screen, which is the kind of feature that sounds fake until you see it working. Now the honest reality check: battery. The spec sheet lists a small 320 mAh battery and only about 15 minutes of continuous video recording. So this isn't a GoPro replacement. It's more quick moments and convenience features from $209 on Kickstarter. These aren't string lights. These are basically a pixel art screen you hang like a curtain. Govee Curtain Lights Pro packs a super dense grid of LEDs, and you can see the difference immediately. smoother gradients, sharper shapes, and way more detail than older curtain lights. They cycle through a ton of pre-made scenes. They brag about 250 plus. Everything from hearts and plants to full holiday animations. And it looks good enough to cover a garage door without turning into a blurry mess. The coolest feature is the AI Lightning Bot. You can snap a picture of a drawing or use a chat-like prompt to create custom scenes, then push that design straight to the lights. They also call out Matter support and Alexa/Google compatibility, and these run outdoors in rain with IP67 waterproofing. Heads up, if you splice multiple panels together, users report it kills music sync and some scene features. $199, often less with coupons. This power bank is so thin it looks like a prop. It literally sits next to a card for scale, and you can see it sliding into shirt pockets and tiny bags like it's nothing. It's Qi2 MagSafe style, so it snaps onto the back of an iPhone magnetically and charges wirelessly, but the 3-in-1 part's what makes it fun. An Apple Watch also charges on top, and AirPods on the same pad. Basically, your entire Apple travel kit in one ultra-slim slab. The honest downside is the part that's missing, capacity and charging speed details, because when you go this thin, physics always collects a tax somewhere, so I treat it as an emergency top-up you'll actually carry, not a brick that lives at home. Most action cams are small until you put them next to the Xtra Atto and realize those were basically bricks. This thing is tiny and crazy light, and what stands out is the practical stuff. The camera snaps magnetically onto different mounts and surfaces. It can literally get dunked in water, and the stabilization keeps the footage looking smooth even when it's clipped to your shirt. The best part is the Vision Dock, a separate little touchscreen module that doubles as a live view monitor, a settings controller, and a file manager. You can browse clips as thumbnails, favorite them, delete them, and even move files between internal storage and a micro SD card. It also shows battery for both pieces, and the camera charges when it's docked. Shooting modes like slow motion, time-lapse, and hyperlapse are all right there on the UI, and you can transfer footage to your phone wirelessly or plug it straight into a computer over USB-C. One thing reviewers flag, battery drains even when powered off, losing 20 to 25% overnight. $299 on Amazon. This one's a pocket clamshell computer with a real QWERTY keyboard, a touch display, and enough ports to make a laptop nervous. USB-C, USB-A, headphone jack, micro SD, Ethernet, and GPIO pins. In the demos, you can see the built-in camera live view, microphone and speaker tests, haptic vibration, GPS readings, and even RF messaging between two devices, which is the fun part, because it hints at off-grid comms and maker projects that don't depend on Wi-Fi. They even show the back popping open with 2 user-replaceable batteries, so it's not sealed forever tech. The honest caveat, this is absolutely a dev board in a cute shell. It's for builders, not normal consumers, and some features are more capable than polished. It costs $97. This is the Stop Messing Around with Webcams camera. The Epiphan EC20 is a proper PTZ cam. You can watch it pan, tilt, and zoom smoothly with that big LED tally ring flipping colors so everyone in the room instantly knows when you're live. The back panel stacked HDMI, SDI, USB, network with PO+, and it's clearly built for real production setups, not just Zoom calls. What I like is how much control they show on screen. NDI settings, SRT streaming settings, resolution templates, and then a cloud dashboard where you can monitor devices, check status, push firmware, and manage layouts remotely. Pair it with an Epiphan Pearl box and you get those clean presentation plus speaker layouts without a whole control room. The downside's obvious. This is pro gear pricing and complexity. If you just need a webcam, it's wildly overkill. But if you run lectures, webinars, or live events, it's a one-camera upgrade that changes the whole quality level. Starts at $1,900.